to help you straight out. You are doing nothing wrong, not possible. However, we may be doing things, and you may be doing things that are not getting you what you want, right? It has nothing to do with wrong, because your inner self and your inner training, all of us, is leading us to do things that we don't necessarily want on the deeper level. They're leading us to do things from our subconscious that are about survival, masculine energy survival. Your inner self, your subconscious that you are not aware of, might be blocking love because it thinks it's unsafe. And all your self, all of you, your brain, your subconscious, everything wants to do is love you and keep you healthy and keep you surviving. That's all it wants. But they may have a different idea of what that looks like than what you emotionally want now, because that survival part of you came early and you may not be in touch with it. So we do a lot of work in coaching about actually getting deeper enough to hear what those survival masculine energy voices are screaming at you. And once we can incorporate those, then we stop acting from those, and we start letting our inner boys, our inner masculine, our inner survival instincts to serve us, to help us, to empower us with action rather than to lead us. Can you tell the difference with that? We don't want those masculine energy, inner boy survival instincts to lead us to strategies. We want them to serve us once we know what it is we want. Totally different energy, right? So I want to deal with that and what Natalina said, and then we'll quit for today because this is just awesome. Most men out there are not emotionally mature. They do not have skills. They don't have communication skills. They don't know how to deal with emotionality, but they love the feeling of it. They don't know how to communicate in relationship. They are not relationship material, most men. So you have a choice. You have no choice you have a choice, actually. And the choice is, am I going to learn how to best communicate my emotions and best communicate what I want so that I can help train men out there, so that I can be more direct so they can understand me, so that I can be heard, so that I can feel not frustrated because I'm not communicating it properly for a man who is not educated to understand. We have to go first. We have no choice if what you want is love. I mean, that is your best choice, right? Otherwise, your inner masculine instincts are going to keep riding roughshod over the situation and over men and ignoring your feelings of love, because your masculine instincts to corral a man and a situation are going to take over the situation. That's what naturally happens to us women, especially now when we are more theoretically empowered, where we make more money, we have bigger jobs, we want more, we expect better treatment from men, we are this, that, the other. We're doing all that mostly from masculine energy. We've developed the model from men, and that's what we're doing. We are suiting up, which is what I call. Well, I want you to go in the reverse. I want you to sink down into this one. And then the way it feels, and I can tell you personally, is my husband is educated. He's extremely, he's cool. He has communication skills. He's a communication coach, for heaven's sakes. And yet he has basically no idea what he himself is feeling. And he has no idea how to understand what I'm feeling. But his maturity and his education and his practice enables him to stand there and say, I don't quite understand. Help me understand because I care. And that is the difference between the kind of men you want and the kind of men you don't want to be with, which is, I just need somebody to be a partner and say, I care enough to hear you. And then you, through everything that we're working on here in all of these programs at Siren School, you learn how to best express what you want in a way that doesn't scare him, doesn't turn him away, doesn't make him go defensive, but does the best you can to communicate in a way that a man who is untrained, although he has good intentions, can hear. So what happens is, if we don't have any skills, we tend to attract men who have no skills. And then neither of us can do anything, and then it all goes to pot, right? If we have skills and then we encounter men who have less skills, but might be a little more heartful and interested in us, so that they're, they want to do right by you because they want you, then you've got all kinds of opportunities. You communicate as well as you can. You are essentially training them without training them. You are just making things clear for them. And then whether or not they actually want to be with you and actually care and actually have an ability to stand there and hear you, even though they don't get it, to stand there and listen and try and keep asking for clarity, that's where the gold is. You can get with that level of man who may not be everything, but he cares enough to stand there and listen if you can communicate. So that is the transition field that almost all of us are in with men. And then getting a man who is already incredibly well communicative, has a lot of feminine energy, but still comes from his masculine. I mean, yeah, you can get that kind of man too. Yet the truth is, he doesn't necessarily need a woman who communicates well, because that kind of man may have other wounds. He may need to rescue. He may need a woman who is not in his category, he may have other problems of needing to feel superior. So you can't get somebody who's 100% healthy, because nobody is. So what you want to do is just get to the core here, so that whatever's going on, however confusing it is, you are feeling love for yourself and that person, and you're choosing that feeling, because you're always feeling it. You're choosing to entertain that feeling rather than the fear, the anxiety, the frustration, the anger. You're going to feel all of it. You're going to feel angry and pissed off and everything, but you're going to choose to feel the love and the curiosity for why that person is in front of you and what he means for you in order to help you learn who you are. And that's it. It's communication skills are just basically learning how to verbalize what's actually you are feeling in the most big, huge, important way. The big one: love, warmth, touching, ecstatic feelings. Okay, the really good stuff. So when my husband stands there and he is not in his best place and he speaks things that are all about him, he's not aware of me at all, or he's short-tempered, something like that, I have a choice there. I'm going to feel a whole bunch of things. I'm going to feel distressed. I'm going to feel my instinct to jump when somebody says, when somebody says jump, my instinct is go, how high, immediately. So I have all those instincts coming up on those survival instincts, masculine energy, and feeling of fear and pressure and irritation and, oh, I'm doing something else, and, oh, I need to be heard, and all of that stuff. I can feel that. And that is an external, small feeling, but it's still a feeling that is attached to terror and horror and all kinds of stuff that's in this soup. Every feeling has levels of ability to be felt. Absolute terror, the high point of it is, the tip of it is anxiety, and then it's absolute terror. Deep down, you got to feel those things. And then you entertain, and I entertain love, and all of a sudden I want to giggle. Instead of being angry and everything, my choice for love, or oh my gosh, she's charming, or what beautiful blue eyes he has, or anything that helps me entertain the love, warmth, what I really want feeling. Attention, is just a part of love. Intention is more here, but love, feel loved. It feels warm in my body. It just feels so soft, and gushy, and ecstatic, and sexy, and yeah, that's what I want. And so as soon as I tune into that, it's like, oh yeah, that's a thing. And then I feel that. And then all the other stuff just kind of is there. And it's like, ha 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 ha. And all of a sudden I feel that. And I look at him in a different way completely. He feels that, and his energy shifts, and bingo, we're in a whole other place. Within 2 minutes, we're kissing, we're hugging, out of nowhere. I didn't move in. I didn't say, kiss me. I didn't want kiss me. Nothing came out of me that way. All that happened was I sunk back more. I leaned back more. I got more deep inside myself, and the feeling just kind of shifted where my attention was, where my entertaining self was, and it just shifted everything in the room. And you know that I believe this, that it shifts everything on the planet. Bigger the universe. The energies of the universe and the cosmos, whether or not you believe in any kind of God or not, are pretty mysterious. So we are always walking into the unknown when we go to the deepest place. So if I can look out and see the trees and go, there is mystery there. There is unknown. There is magic out there in those majestic trees that I, when I'm down in here, I feel connected to, because of this huge, unknown, mysterious energy that runs through everything. I mean, we are all molecular. We are all atoms. We're all the same in a structural form. So when I shift where my entertaining and attention is, it actually shifts everything, because I am an important facet on this planet, and you are, and how our energy goes can shift people around us, which is the hallmark of being an activist. You don't see Malala being a person. You see her being a totally lean back, totally soft human, this incredibly powerful woman. And that is it. That's it. So in the wand course that's coming up, it's brand new, and I wanted something that was in the price point reasonable, that was more like coaching, but not as big as RCT, but could lead you to help someone else if that was your want, but mostly that it would cut to the core of everything inside you and be a quick shortcut. So it's 6 steps. We're starting next January 8th. I believe that's a Sunday, but all classes and all sessions that are live are going to be basically scheduled around your schedule. It's all about your convenience. Some classes may be 4 women, some might be 2, might be you all by yourself, although you want to be in a group, because the energy of that group is going to make a big difference for you. So the price point is affordable because this is the first one we're doing. So if you want to be part of this exploration of the want and working with me, because this is the time I'm going to be in it, first time, feels like RCT, the first session we ever did. And I'm so excited about it because it works. Not only does it work, it's just something you can learn on your own. And that's really important. Getting coaching and hiring a coach is really important to get someone else experiencing you. We're so used to just being in our own wavelength. But when you have skills, you can get into your big want real quick. Amazing things happen. And while I was developing this for you, I was developing it for me, and I saw my entire relationship with my husband shift. I saw my relationship with my fears shift. with growing older shift, with the changing seasons, with this hard decisions shift, because I was going beneath my strategies. So if anybody has a question, let me know. Otherwise, I hope to see you in the Want course. We will just take as few of you who want to be involved, or as many of you who want to be involved, and it will all be one-to-one work. And within classes, hopefully within groups, but basically training you to do what I learned. So any questions or anything else, Natalina?
No, not seeing anything. Just thank you so much. And it's so true. I mean, how many stories who've come through from our CTers and so much more, talking about how not just our relationship with men changing, but our relationship with ourselves, our relationship with our family, the relationships that we want to in our communities. It's big deal stuff. I just thank you so much.
Love to you all. I will see you next Monday.